Good morning, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Degenerate Simulators podcast. I'm your host, Jordan. Um, Coming back after a day off after we had a very rough it was Thursday. Yeah, Thursday's bets. Tough, real tough day. Um, Dive into that recap really quick, just in case you guys missed it, so you can know how bad we did. Um, Lakers game ended up getting postponed, and on that subject, just wanted to talk about the wildfire situation going on in California. Very unfortunate to see. Heart goes out to anyone affected by that. Um, yeah, would have loved to see that game happen, but people's safety come first, 100%, no matter what's going on. Um, and yeah, I really hope they get that under control soon. Um, yeah, it's just crazy to see such a major city quite literally going up in flames like that. And really hope they resolve it soon. And I wish nothing but the best for those affected, and nothing but for those firefighters trying to do their best to slow it down to make it home safely. But yeah, so that ticket got voided. We move on to the Devils -1.5. They lost in overtime to the New York Zibanejad. Not cool. Penn State +1.5. Drew Aller might be a domestic terrorist for that interception he threw. Um, yeah, Penn State easily could have won that game outright. They had that game. Their fate was in their own hands, and yeah, they blew it. They had a lot of time. They didn't even need a field. They just needed a field goal. Um, I don't know what the coaching decision there was, or if Mr. Aller decided to do his own thing on that play where he threw that crucial interception. But yeah, bad beat. Not really too upset about it. With me, as of lately, I've really learned to, I don't want to say appreciate the bad beats, but I don't really let them get to me. Um, I'm sure we've all had some really garbage wins, for sure. So can't be mad at the bad beats, and then when you get a bad win, be celebrating. So whatever, it happens. 1.5 points. It was a difficult game to bet on, kind of situation with the Thunder Cavs game the day prior. But yeah, didn't get that one there. Could have, but didn't fall through. Excuse me. And then the Heat -5.5. Another bad beat. Heat were up 5. I believe it was Nikola Jovic. Had a uh, had a turnover there. All they had to do was get the ball in bounds and hold on to it. Jazz would have fouled, sent them to the line, and put them up 7. And not to say that the Jazz, you know, wouldn't have, there's zero chance that the Jazz would have made some like BS 3-pointer check up at the end of the game or whatever. But our odds would have definitely been better. We would have had much more of a chance. Heat only win by 5. Um, Another bad beat on the day, but same thing. It is what it is. Um, we haven't really talked about it much in the podcast, but kind of my goal with this is kind of you know, I'm sure you see those people on Instagram all the time selling their picks, saying that you know, they're on a 80 win 5 loss run, blah blah blah. Um, nah, it's not true. I like to be very open on here. I easily could have just skipped this portion, but I think it's important. You know, uh, you'll kind of see with how we're playing today, kind of recover losses as we're still pretty down to start the month. But yeah, I'm always gonna be open. We can go 0 for 10 on the day, and I will tell you all about it. But yeah, so 0-3 on the day, like I mentioned, down 3.2 units. Um, yeah, it was a pretty busy day for us, but like I mentioned, the Lakers game did get voided as a 4-play day, but only 3 of them ended up happening. But yeah, we're moving into Saturday. I took today off. I did play some personal bets. I did take the Ohio State. I think it was -5, -5.5. Um, Getting a little scary near the end, but got a huge fumble touchdown. I think they were in the red zone, or they were in Ohio territory. the Texans or Texas was. Yeah, they got it done, locked it in, and then I did take the Thunder. They were. I think I caught them at like -5. It dropped down to like -2.5 before the game started, but they won by like 20 plus points against the Knicks. Um, I figured that would happen. I don't think they're too happy after that loss to the Cavs, but yeah. So had a nice little refreshing day for betting. I didn't have to worry about my digital footprint here with these picks, but yeah, it's enough rambling. We're gonna get into to Saturday's picks. Thank God the NFL playoffs are here. I'm very happy. Sunday's episode is gonna be awesome. I'm gonna try to have a bet placed for every game. It might even do a little parlay action. We'll see, but I'm pretty confident in my ability to pick these NFL games. I think the trends that I've been seeing, especially with the two games today, if the trends are similar like that for the other games, I haven't really started my research yet. But it should be a lot easier to you know give ourselves an edge here as opposed to the last few games we've been taking. It's really been hard to find any trends that kind of lead me in the right direction. I've just been using my knowledge of these sports to kind of guide me, and clearly hasn't been working. But yeah, let's get into Saturday's picks. We have 4 picks total, but one of them is a little 2-leg teaser parlay. I'll save that for the end because that is for the NFL games today. As you guys can see, Daniel cannot make it. I'm just pulling up his notes he sent me really quick. We're gonna start with the NHL. We have one hockey pick today. We have the Tampa Bay Lightning taking on the Jersey Devils in New Jersey. Daniel's liking the Lightning money line at +130. Lightning have swept the Jersey Devils up until this point in the season. They also shut them out in their last matchup 4-0. Tampa Bay has a very, all their players are good, ready to go. This roster is arguably the healthiest that we've seen all season. And they're riding a nice little 2-game win streak against the Bruins and the Hurricanes, which are two very prominent teams over in their conference. Although this is a road game, Daniel does think he gets it done. And especially at +130, that's pretty reasonable. Don't have to put a full unit on that. It's a little on the cheaper side. Would be nice to pull this one through. And then I also did want to mention, I know Daniel did talk about this when we took him against the Rangers. They just haven't really looked that good to start the new year. They've only picked up 1 out of the last 5, and let me tell you exactly who their win was against. But in terms of their losses, they lost to the Rangers. Not a horrible team, but they haven't been playing that good, like, at all. And I know they also had a loss to the Sharks in there. Give me 1 second. ESPN is lagging. My apologies, guys. Actually, no, I think the Devils didn't we bet on that game? Let me see. Oh no, never mind. Sorry, I got confused. Yeah, they picked up their last win was on the 6th against the Kraken, 3-2. Yeah, other than that, nothing much really going on. So yeah, for first pick of the day, we're going Tampa Bay Lightning money line, sitting at +130. We'll be doing 0.8 units on that one. Then I also got an NBA pick coming at you today. Very confident in this one. Honestly, spoiler alert, I do have a 2-unit bet after this one. I was contemplating doing this one as well, but kind of trying to play today safe as I can. If you want to bet heavy on this game, I think it's a solid pick. I will give you my statistics and things like that in a moment. But yeah, just given how our last few days have gone, I decided not to. But looking at the Rockets taking on the Atlanta Hawks in Atlanta, Rockets have been much hotter. They've won 4 out of the last 5 games, most notably against the Memphis Grizzlies, who are also sitting pretty high in the Western Conference. As opposed to the Atlanta Hawks, they've only won 1 out of the last 5, and their win was against the Jazz. That came from a full court heat from Trae Young, so might have been a slightly fraudulent win, but regardless, still won 1 out of the last 5. In terms of against the spread, Rockets pretty good on the year, 22-15, and 11-6 on the road, which is pretty solid. As opposed to Atlanta's ATS record being 15-23 on the year and 7-10 at home, which is pretty garbage. And on top of all that, the Hawks will be without Jalen Johnson, who's putting up just under 20 points a game. I think he's sitting at like 19.8, 19.7, something like that. So pretty big absence. I know Trae Young is also listed as a game time decision. I wouldn't be surprised if he sat out, just given it's not a conference matchup. And you know, obviously Jalen Johnson not playing, so missing a key weapon on offense there. So yeah, with all these things said, I don't know how the Rockets are only catching minus 4.5 points as favorites. I think it's a steal. It's at minus 110 on Hard Rock. So that's what I'll be taking. Give me the Rockets at minus 4.5 for 1.1 units. And now we get into the big games here, guys. We have the wild card of the NFL playoffs starting. But like I said, I am playing it a little safe today. Just given that we're coming off our first shutout ever. So we're doing a little two leg teaser here. Obviously we have two games tomorrow, so I got a little teaser bet for each of those games. First one I'm gonna be looking at is the Ravens game. Actually, I believe that is the second game of the day. I believe. Let me see really quick. Yeah, that is the second game of the day. But I just did my research on this game first. So obviously we know the Ravens close out their season looking very strong, just by losing to the Eagles. But the Eagles are no joke. They won their last four games, which included a 17-point win against the same Steelers team that they are playing today at home. I just don't see a path for victory for the Steelers. They're ranked 27th in passing offense. I think this whole dual quarterback thing has just blown up in their face, especially in this latter half of the season. Yeah, they just can't get it going regardless of who they're playing. And we know that Ravens defense can be pretty lackluster at times. However, they have been looking a little better. I believe they still sit at like 27th in the league, but like I said, they have been looking better. They definitely have went up a few spots. They were, I know, in like the 30s, like 30, 31, 32, somewhere around there. So they're moving up. If they had a couple more games, like how they've been playing, I think they could be like within the top 20. But unfortunately, I can't pull those numbers for week by week. But anyways, and in terms of rushing offense, let me write that down here. I know sorry, I didn't write the exact rank for the Steelers rushing offense. Obviously, it's better than the passing offense. How could it not be? But the Ravens now have the best rushing defense in the league. So I think, like I said, there's just no path for the Steelers to win here, realistically speaking, especially on the road in Baltimore. Super tough spot to play, and yeah, and on the flip side of things, the Ravens now have the number one spot also in total offense, and yeah, this is just a catastrophe for the Steelers, especially how they've looked in their last four games. I just have to. I have to. The Ravens are catching minus 10, I believe, unless it changed. But I know the last time I saw it, it was minus 10. A little high for me. But honestly, I think they can do that considering how their last matchup went. But like I said, playing it super safe today. Like I said, this is a little teaser parlay. We'll be teasing the Ravens down all the way to minus 3. Just in case Justin Tucker needs to bail us out here. But yeah, this I think everything in the universe would have to go wrong for the Ravens or the Steelers. Not even to guarantee them to win, just to have a chance, just to keep the game close. I think, yeah, the Ravens just offer way too much for the Steelers on offense, and the Steelers just can't match that when they have the ball. So yeah, first bet of this little parlay, Ravens minus 3. Yeah, just taking the hotter team here. And then the other game, looking at the Chargers at the Texans. I'm a little surprised the Chargers are only catching 2.5 point favorites. On the year they're 12-5 ATS and 7-2 on the road, which is awesome. I mean, I would have to imagine that's like top three in the league, top five in the league on the road. I didn't look at the ATS standings. Didn't really think it was relevant for this game, but I would have to imagine. On the other hand, Texans can't really cover the spread at home as they are 3-4-1. Um, in terms of offensive rankings, both teams really aren't that special. The Chargers do have a slight advantage, but on the defensive end, the Texans do have a pretty significant advantage as they are just sitting outside of the top five at number six. Um, the thing is, I just don't think this Texans team is the same without Tank Dell. Um, and we also have to remember this is only CJ Stroud's second year or second season in the league. Um, he does have more playoff games than Justin Herbert here. But I'm actually kind of using that against him. I think Justin Herbert is here to seize this opportunity. Uh, More experienced QB. It's his fifth season. Um, yeah, I'm taking the hotter team, ATS. I do like this Chargers team. Yeah, I think overall, I mean, I don't know. Both these teams' schedules weren't really that difficult this year. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like they both could have had better records, in my opinion. Um, yeah. Um, Same kind of deal here. I'm taking the hotter team with the Chargers. Um, the Texans, most notable game to close out the season was a win against the tanking Tennessee Titans. Um, yeah, going to be teasing this one up as well. Chargers, like I said, are catching 2.5 points as favorites. I'm going to be teasing them to +3. Don't get me wrong. I think this kind of the same deal with the Ravens game. I think a lot of stuff would have to go wrong for the Chargers for it to be a close game, but I'm not ignoring the possibility it could. It really could. You know, Teams are both good. Obviously, they're in the playoffs, but kind of middle of the pack as far as I don't know. If we did like a tier list of all the teams in the playoffs, I think these two are kind of not going to be too high. But yeah. So teasing the Chargers up to +3. But I think they win this game outright, honestly. And if you want to take the Chargers at -2.5, not gonna tell you no. But yeah, that's gonna do it for today. And also for this one, I am gonna be putting 2 units on it. I believe it wins 1.7 units back. So could be a big day here. We have 3.9 units in play. I'm gonna recap really quick. Rockets -4.5 for 1.1 units. Tampa Bay Lightning money line for 0.8 units. And then we have a little NFL playoff teaser for the 2 games going on today. Teasing the Ravens to -3 and the Chargers to +3. Putting 2 units on that one for, like I said, a total of 3.9 units. Just want to thank y'all for riding with us. If you tune in on the daily. I definitely did dive into the numbers a lot harder for these picks. So I'm pretty confident. Would love to go 3-0 today. And just keep an eye out for our Sunday episode because if these picks go well, we'll have some capital to mess with, and could bring us close to even on Sunday if my master plan all works out. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and we will catch you in the next one.